Hello everybody and welcome back to Syracuse Aviation. Before we get started, make sure you guys like this video down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. So today we have the February 2025 Syracuse Hancock International Airport update for you guys. So it's a bit more of the same for the month of February, just like we had in January coming out of the winter. Still our slow season here, but we do have an exciting announcement regarding some air service that we will get into later in today's update. But for now, we're going to go ahead and get started at Concourse A down at the end at Gate 15. So here at Gate 15, we have the Delta Connection Embraer 175 with enhanced winglets. This aircraft will be heading out to New York LaGuardia today, which is currently 2 daily 175s with a 170 in there as well. So I believe that's the exact same as it was in January. So no changes there, but it is nice to see that it is nice and consistent. So we love to see that for Delta. Next up at Gate 1, we have the JetBlue Airways Airbus A220-300 in the Old Hops colors. This aircraft will be heading out to the Boston Logan International Airport today. So Boston, still on the A220. We are enjoying our final months of seeing the A220 here before it goes back to the 190 for summer. And then throughout the summer, we'll have the 190. And then once those get retired, Boston will be back to the A220-300. We do also have JFK on the A220-300 for JetBlue, which is 2 daily A223s, which go down to 1 daily for the summer as well. I would have thrown them in today's update, but first of all, I don't have 2 JetBlue A220s in the fleet, and if I did, there's some complications with Gate 12 as well, which is taken by Breeze, but I digress. Next up at Gate 3, we have the JetBlue Airways Airbus A321. This aircraft will be heading out to Orlando MCO today as per usual. Currently, MCO is 2 daily A320s, but at the time when I was taking these photos to make the airport update, when I was back at home, that's what the schedule showed, and then now it's on 2 daily A320s instead, but I'm sure there's probably been some A321 that made its way in here at some point, so some good news regarding JetBlue's Syracuse to Orlando service, if you guys don't yet already know, is that even through the summer, they are continuing the twice daily A320 flights to Orlando. So very nice to see that even through the hot summer months, there is still enough demand out of Syracuse to Orlando to continue the twice daily A320 flights. So looking forward to hopefully plane spotting those this summer when I go back, and definitely looking forward to more JetBlue services hopefully to come in the future for Syracuse. Next up at Gate 5, we have the American Eagle ERJ-145. This aircraft is operating one of 3 daily flights down to Philadelphia today. Nothing new for this service right here, but nice and consistent to say the least. So very happy to see that as per usual. Also operating pretty consistently is the American Eagle service over to Chicago O'Hare, which is currently 3 daily flights with 1 Embraer 170 in the morning, and then in the afternoon and evening we have 2 Embraer 175s as well. So representing that service today, at Gate 6, we have the American Eagle E170 heading over to Chicago ORD. Next up at Gate 8, we have the American Airlines Airbus A319. This aircraft will be heading down to Charlotte, North Carolina today. Charlotte is currently 3 daily flights, all 3 of which are mainline, which consists of 2 A319s and then a A320 as well, which overnights here. So very nice to see the mainline going consistent for Charlotte. Looking forward to hopefully some more capacity added back as we move into the spring and summer. Moving along here at Gate 9, we have the American Eagle Embraer 175 with enhanced winglets. This aircraft will be heading down to Miami, Florida today, which is still the once weekly Saturday only service, which is seasonal. So I believe that this is the last airport update for a while that we will feature this service in here, but it had a good run and I'm certainly looking forward to this service returning next winter. Finishing off the American Airlines section for us today, we have the American Eagle CRJ-700 heading down to Washington, DCA, which is 4 daily CRJ-700s. We've seen a bunch of cancellations on this particular service. Usually the final flight back into Syracuse is canceled. I'm assuming that's kind of a ripple effect from the incident that happened down there. And I could be totally wrong in that assumption. I apologize if I am, but it just seems the most logical that those two events are correlated, and I'm sure if that's the case for us, that probably a bunch of other airports are seeing that as well. But once again, just like the last airport update that I did, my sincerest condolences, thoughts and prayers go out to anyone who is affected by that incident. Very unfortunate, and I encourage all of you watching to keep those families in your thoughts and prayers as well. At Gate 11, we have the Allegiant Air Airbus A319 in the new colors. This aircraft will be heading down to St. Pete, Clearwater today, which is 4 weekly flights, which is actually 4 weekly until we get to September, and then it goes down to 3 weekly. So currently it is Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. Generally on the A320, sometimes the 319, and we've even seen a 737 MAX once or twice here as well. So nice to see some variety there, and nice to see that they're doing 4 weekly pretty consistently through the summer. That's a really strong service. Very happy with the capacity on that market, and looking forward to hopefully some more good Allegiant news to come in the future. Now, of course, that's not going to happen without some competition from another carrier. So here at Gate 12, we have the Breeze Airways Airbus A220-300 heading down to Greater Tampa as well, but specifically TPA, Tampa International Airport. So this service is now 3 weekly, up from 2 weekly, and the 3 weekly service is now heading through the summer as well. So really awesome to see more capacity added for the west coast of Florida. Looking forward to more hopefully to come in the future. Okay, moving into Concourse B now, we have some really exciting news regarding not only air service developments, but also the model airport terminal itself. So starting with the model airport terminal, I did finally get the Concourse B terminal pieces 3D printed from my school actually, and guys, these things are absolutely gorgeous. I contemplated putting them photos in today's video, but I didn't really want to spoil it because there's still a few tweaks I'm going to make to these. I'm going to end up painting them, and then obviously doing some ground markings around the concourse as well. So really excited to see how this ends up turning out. Should look really nice. Hopefully you guys are excited. I'm ecstatic. I'm so excited to get these things finally completed. And then the other bit of exciting news we have at Concourse B is regarding United Airlines. So here at Gate 26, we have the United Airlines Airbus A320. This aircraft will be heading out to Denver today. Now, some exciting news for Denver is that United, starting this summer, I believe it's seasonal, but starting this summer, Denver is going to be going 2 daily. And not only is it 2 daily, but they're going to be flying it on a MAX 8 as well as a 737-900. So some really incredible capacity increase for the service to Denver. The state was actually working with United Airlines trying to increase, capacity and connectivity to the kind of the West Coast and the Pacific Northwest semiconductor industry, if you will, because of the Micron deal that they, recently announced in central New York. So I guess we are starting to see some of the effects of that take place already. So that's kind of cool. Hopefully more to come, but this is a really solid start to see with Denver, a really good destination for us, and excited to see where the service goes from here. Nothing new to report on for our Delta Airlines service to Detroit Metro. So here at Gate 25, we have the A320, obviously heading to Detroit. 4 daily flights consisting of 3 CRJ-900s as well as the A320 on the overnight service. So nothing new there, but again, really good capacity as per usual. Nice to have mainline on something other than Atlanta, so really nice to see that. I'm aware that sometime in the late spring, early summer kind of time frame, the overnight Detroit service will go down to the A319. So kind of unfortunate to see that, but still a nice solid mainline service. And then more of that capacity is going to be shifting over to Atlanta, which will eventually be 3 daily A321s. But we'll talk more about that when we get to the Atlanta service. Next up here at Gate 24A, we have the Delta Connection CRJ-900. This aircraft will be heading out to New York JFK today, which is 3 daily flights consisting of 2 CRJ-900s, and then they overnight the Embraer 175 as well. So nothing new for that service. Again, nice and consistent, so that's what we like to see. Next up at Gate 24, we have another Delta Connection CRJ-900. This aircraft will be heading out to Detroit as well as the A320. So typically you wouldn't see these guys both on the ground at once, but I guess we'll just say that the A320 got delayed, and then that gave time for one of the inbound flights from Detroit to come in as well. Once they resume Minneapolis, though, we will see that on the CRJ-900, and that will likely take the place of this one. As I was alluding to earlier, we have some news regarding the Atlanta service. I might have actually mentioned this in the previous airport update of Syracuse as well, but if you guys don't know, Atlanta is going 3 daily A321s this summer. It was 3 daily A320s. They added a 321 for the overnight service, and then this June it's going to be 2 daily A321s, and then July, August is going to be 3 daily A321s. So very excited to see that capacity increase there. That's a really great service. A lot of capacity to Atlanta. Really nice to see that. Looking forward to hopefully plane spotting some of those, as we'll be having A321s throughout the day to see. But for the time being, we only have one A321, again, on that overnight service for the winter. So regardless, it's nice to see that we still have an A321 coming in at all, especially for this time of year. So once again, here at Gate 23, the Delta Airlines Airbus A321 with service to Atlanta, Georgia. Here at the newly renovated and expanded Gate 22, we have the United Airlines Boeing 737-900 in the Evo Blue colors. This aircraft will be heading out to Washington IAD. Now, the Washington IAD service currently is only on the regional jets of sorts. So typically the 145 Obviously, I don't have one of those. I could have put a CRJ 550 in, and I would have, but at the time of, again, taking these photos and having to bring them back to school, obviously there's going to be some things that go wrong, and I apologize for that. So I guess for all intents and purposes, we're just going to send this guy out to Washington Dulles. At some point in the winter, there was the 737s and A319s, 320s on the Dulles service, so it's not entirely unrealistic, but for the time being it is. But nonetheless, heading out to Washington Dulles for the 737-900. Same song, second verse, unfortunately, for this guy at gate 21 as well. The United Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 9 in the Evo blue colors. So I apologize for that, but I'm sure at some point we will be seeing more of this to come in the spring and summer. So I guess we'll be doing a little bit of foreshadowing in this airport update as well. I'm doing a special for you guys. How can you be upset about a special, right? You can't be upset about a special like that. Come on now. All jokes aside, though, getting into our final aircraft of today's February 2025 Syracuse Hancock International Airport update. Here at Gate 20, we have the Frontier Airlines Airbus A320neo in the Ed, Edwin, and Eddie the Penguins livery. This aircraft will be heading down to Orlando MCO today. Currently 2 daily, actually, A320s. So that's really nice to see. I guess it kind of makes up for some of the lack of service that we have in other departments like Fort Myers, Tampa, that they still haven't really resumed at this point. And then as we move it into late spring and summer, we'll have the Raleigh, Durham, and Atlanta services to look forward to as well. So that's going to do it for the February 2025 Syracuse Hancock International Airport update for you guys. Really hope you guys enjoyed it. Just like last month, continuing to grind through winter and kind of get through some of the, cruddier months, if you will, and look forward to spring and summer. They'll be here before we know it. It's already been a month since the last Syracuse Airport update for January. That's just crazy to me. So looking forward to more of these updates to come. Again, as I mentioned, we have the new concourse terminal pieces to look forward to, the expansions, and just more air service development to look forward to as well. So I'm very excited for all of that. Hope you guys are as well. And thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.